Hello everyone, welcome to day 6 of Mail Lead Code Challenge. Today we are solving a medium level question. The name of the question is convert sorted list to binary search tree. So let's see what the question is asking us to do. So in this question we are given a linked list and all the values in the linked list are in sorted manner, that is they are in ascending order, and we need to make a tree out of it and we need to return the root of the tree. But the condition here is that the tree which we are returning should be a height balanced binary search tree. And basically this height balanced binary search tree is also known as your AVL tree. So let me take you to the whiteboard and there we will be seeing what approach we need to apply and how to solve this question. We'll be using recursion to solve this. So let me take you to the whiteboard. So I have drawn some binary search trees. So what is a binary search tree? Binary search tree is basically a tree in which a parent can have at max 2 child nodes, and also in the according to the condition of binary search tree, the root, the value in the root should be greater than all the values in the left part of the subtree, and the value in the root should be less than all the values in the right part of the subtree. So let's see. So if the values 1, 2, 3 are given, so we'll be having this binary tree, like this binary search tree, and so are the different possible binary search trees for different order of the occurrence of 1, 2, and 3. So here you can see that this is the main binary search tree in which the height is the least. This has the least height, and for all of the other trees you can see they have a height of 3. So what is an AVL tree, or what is your height balanced binary search tree? So your height balanced binary search tree is defined as a tree in which all the root have a balance factor of less than or equal to 1. So what do you mean by this balance factor? Basically balance factor for a root is equal to the difference of, or you can tell it to be the height of left subtree minus height of right subtree. And balance factor is less than or equal to 1 means either the height of the left subtree and right subtree are same, or they differ at with a value of at max 1. So let's see what is the balance factor in this condition. So the balance, to calculate the balance factor for this binary search tree, what you do is that you find the height of the left subtree. In this case, it is 0, and the height of the right subtree, that is equal to 2. So 0 minus 2 is equal to minus 1. And one condition I forgot: the balance factor, the modulus of the balance factor should be less than or equal to 1. That means the balance factor can be minus 1, 0, or 1. And in this condition, what do you see is that the height of the left subtree is again 0 and height of the right subtree is 2. So this will be again minus 2. This is also minus 2. The same in condition of this. For this, the balance factor for this root is 2 and for this root is also 2. So these are basically not an AVL tree because the balance factor, the modulus of the balance factor is greater than 1. But if you look upon this condition, you will see that the balance factor for this root is 0, and same is true for this. Like here the balance factor is 0, here also the balance factor is 0, and for here also the balance factor is 0. So you are saying that for any of the roots, the balance factor is less than or equal to 1. And this is your, see, if you are given the values 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, or any of the other, in any of the permutation of 1, 2, and 3, you are supposed to return this. So if you look upon this different situations, you will be seeing that there is one condition which is true in this binary search tree. That is that here the root is the median of the datums. So if you sort these values, like if 1, 2, and 3, the median of the data is occurring as the root, and this is the main approach which we need to use to solve this question. Like let me take you to another example. This is the example given in LeetCode itself. So this is in sorted manner. You take the middle element, that is you take the median, and you set it as the root, and then you recursively call the function for the left part of the series and for the right part of the series. So here minus 10 and 3 minus 3 are there. The median of this, let us take as minus 10 as the median. So this will be minus 10 over here, and then we'll call minus 3 for the right side, and this will be minus 3. And for this case it will be 0, for this will be 5, and this will be 9. So let's find the balance factor of this node. So it will be 2 minus 2, that is 0. For here it will be 0 minus 1, that is minus 1. For this it will be 0. For this it will be 0. And for this also it will be minus 1. So you are seeing that for any of the node, the balance factor is less than or equal to 1. The modulus of the balance factor is less than or equal to 1. So this is our required answer. So the main approach which I was using is that if you are given the left index and the right index, you find the mid of those index, basically the median. you set that value as the root value, and then you recursively call the function for the left part of the series that hasn't been added, and for the right part of the series. So let's come to the coding part and see how to implement this thing. So before that, I want to store the values in a vector int. So let me store the values. So to travel this, what I'll be doing is that I'll be creating a temporary iterator, like temporary pointer that will be pointing to head. And while temp is not equal to null, I'll be iterating and pushing those value into the vector. And also don't forget to update this temp, or else you will be trapped in an infinite loop. So now we are done. We have the required vector. So let me also define that size. This will help us to find the value of the right index. So now what we need to do is that I am defining the answer, the data type is tree node. So I am creating tree node answer, and I'm assigning ans is equal to, let me define a help function. In that, what I'll be passing is I'll be passing the vector in which all the values are there, the sorted values are there. Then I'll be passing the left index and the right index. The left index is going to be 0 initially, and the right index will be n minus 1 based on 0 based indexing, and we'll be returning the answer. So that's it. Now let's see how help will be implemented. So the return type of help is tree node. So let's do it. Help vector int v, pass it as a reference, and int l is stating the left index and int r is stating the right index, the rightmost index. So what I need to do is that I'll be writing the base condition after some time, and I'll be also telling you how to write the base condition in an easy way to not get confused. So for that, before doing that, I need to find the mid index. So mid index will be basically l plus r by 2. And what you need to do is that you need to create another root dynamically. So let's see how to create a root. So for that, you use this, you use new, and then the data type. So what we'll be doing is that in this root we'll be pushing the value in the mid index, or in the vector. So root val is equal to v of mid, and once it is done, we also need to take care of the left and right of the root. So for the root left, I'll be calling the function again. Basically, we are doing it recursively for the left part of the subtree and right part of the subtree. So I'll be passing v. The left index will be same. It won't be changed for left part of the subtree, but the right index will be changed. It will be equal to mid minus 1 because we have already taken care of mid. And the same thing will be done for root right. In root right, the only difference is that the right pointer will be same. I mean the right index will be same, that will be r, but here it will be mid plus 1. And we simply need to return the root. But there is also one condition. You might be thinking that where we are returning null, because there might be some condition where we need to assign null to the left subtree and the right subtree if the node is the leaf node. So for that, let us see the most basic condition. So here you can see the most basic input that you can get is an empty list. So if you get an empty list, the value of n will be 0. And let's see what the function is doing. So we are doing help. V will remain same. V is basically your empty vector. 0 will be same. The left index will be 0. But what is happening to the right index? As you know that if you are sending a empty list, then n will be 0 because the size of the vector will be 0 because there are no values in the tree, I mean in the linked list. So the right index is becoming minus 1 and the left index is 0, and that is an invalid condition because in that you won't be getting a proper mid. So what we need to write is that if r is less than l, if the right index is less than l, you simply return a null. This much should do. Let us run it and see if it is working or not. Okay, it got accepted. Yeah, it got accepted. So I hope you were able to understand. The main trick was to find the mid of the mid index and assign it to a root and recursively call the function for root left and root right, and this will be the best condition. And that was it. This was a moderate level question, although it's an easy question. So I hope you were able to understand. And for more tricks, like to solve this question, there are 3 or 4 more ways. You can search about how to implement AVL tree and all, and different methods are also there. So I hope you were able to understand this implementation of my code. And have a nice day, everyone, and keep coding and subscribe to my channel.